Hello and welcome back to Spirit Mom. Today at Spirit School, we're going to discuss the practical things you can use for spirituality of any religion. And these are things I, again, probably should have talked about earlier, but at the same time, I find that there's a lot of information out there about them, and some people can get stuck in these modalities where I see them as just a tool, a helpful thing to have around for vibrational raising, but we shouldn't get lost in them. So let's get started. First, we're going to talk about crystals. Now, crystals are great, but it's important to note, as according to the Kabbalion, they are lower in existence than us. Just like so are angels are apparently lower than our souls. Not insulting anyone, just when in the hierarchy of ascension, they are below our consciousness. And crystals are lower in density, like lower in dimension in their existence than us. But that doesn't mean that they don't have very valuable things to offer us, because everything in this world is alive, and they too are alive with special properties. Like the way they are built, their molecular structures and the way the atoms form them into sacred geometry patterns, making them prime magical tools for us to use. So I'll go through and I'll just show you a few of the ones I dug around with. So this little manzies is an ancient native symbol, and he's got many different things you could say he means, but the stones are a lower rose quartz and the higher is just a very pretty mix of rose quartz and gray citrine, if I had to guess. But one thing is I've stopped doing, because you can get very lost in the crystal world, is I've stopped fussing about what the specific one is. I like to have ones around, and there's certain ones like amethyst that I literally have in my pocket right now. Amethyst is very important because it blocks psychic attacks, it clears up just negative psychic debris, it can help keep us focused. Apparently too much of it can give us a headache. Because it opens up that crown chakra, so if we have too much energy there, although I love to have energy there, it can cause problems. But this one is really the best one. It's basically purple quartz. It's amethyst, and if you're gonna have one crystal, this is the one you want. And I have it paired with a little piece. I buy the bigger ones, but they break up, and then I just keep them as little pieces. But selenite, your next most important one, if not your most important. I have a huge block of it here. I love selenite. Love, 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 love. Because it is self-cleaning, because you've heard of charging and cleaning your crystals. Selenite's self-cleaning, and it cleans all the rest of the crystals. So if you just have a lot of selenite around, you don't even need to fuss about cleaning your crystals. Selenite's just automatically doing it. So anywhere I have a cluster of crystals, I will have a selenite with it. And then I use selenite to clear other stuff. Like I had this for a while in my makeup, like my whole, not just makeup, but my bathroom thing, to keep all of it clear. And just, why not have the most positive energy around? So this was literally in my pocket. Selenite and amethyst. If I have pockets, girl pants don't usually have pockets, but if I have pockets, it's in there. If not, sometimes I keep it in here. And then this is sodalite. And it is really important for me because it helps speak your truth. Like, I can get very jib-jabbery and say a lot of things, and I have a problem saying my truth to regular people because, as you can see, I'm very woo-woo, and to regular people, that makes me seem crazy. So this helps me say my truth and stay balanced in the way I talk, because I find I try to step around stuff so I don't look crazy, but then at the same time, there's things I won't compromise on, like when I talk about how products are poisonous and the government's corrupt and businesses are corrupt and big pharma's evil. Like, I don't compromise on that. I make sure people know about that. But it's just helpful for me to have on because it keeps talking focused And fun fact, I don't have any right here. My most favorite one is lapis lazuli. It's actually what I think kickstarted my spiritual awakening, because lapis lazuli wakes you up spiritually. It looks a lot like this one, but it looks like the universe when you're looking at it. It is, I would say, my favorite one to open. If you're having a hard time awakening, get yourself some lapis lazuli. And this leads right into another point I was going to mention is, in the Bible, people like to say crystals are evil and blah, blah, blah. They're in the Bible. The breastplate this is just one way they're in the Bible, but the breastplate that the early Jewish people wore. So when God came down and gave Moses a bunch of things to do, one of the things was to create a breastplate called like Aaron's plate, or the plate of the high priests. And they were to put 12, there's that number 12 again, crystals in it, like stones. So the first one was red jasper, and they're called sometimes different things in the Bible, but this is what they are. So red jasper, citrine quartz, emerald, ruby, lapis lazuli, diamond. I think technically diamond is actually the most potent crystal, because it's actually a magical crystal. If you are trying to manifest or anything, it takes your intentions. I guess I have diamonds in my wedding ring. It takes your intentions and shoots it forward, right? Like it helps you manifest your intents, like what you want, basically. Next is golden sapphire, and then agate. I love agate. I should have brought that one. I have one of those like wandy agates. 9th is amethyst. 10 is yellow jasper, then onyx, black. Onyx is very good. Anything black is going to suck in negativity and help clear that out of a room. So it sucks in negativity. And then 12 was jasper. Oh, and I always wear amethyst here on my finger. This is an amethyst ring. You see that? I love it. And it's held up for like over a year, almost 2 years of wearing, which was nice because it was just purchased on Amazon. And I know you can't necessarily trust crystals you get on Amazon, but I love it usually. And you gotta watch your magic stores too, because there's a magic store here in my tiny town, and they'll charge you like $2 to $5 for a crumb. I don't even have one of them on me. Like a crumb of a crystal. But then we actually had it like a magic, like a holistic, oh, that was an amethyst. We have a holistic store or show that came by anyways, and I grabbed like huge rocks. Like this is a geode. I got to put in a bag for $10. Like all these huge. This is just like a gray citrine, like a quartz style one. They're just high vibrationals. I like that it has a point though, right? There's a point on that, which pyramid power, and like I have amethyst with copper on it, because copper actually builds up the power of whatever crystal you're using. Like it helps the vibrations go higher. I actually once made myself a copper necklace, but it actually caused me to have a rash. So I have one that's like wrapped around. And this leads to the next one. So this is Orgon. This is magic stuff. It is fairly new to be reinvented, though I'm pretty sure it was invented previously. And then it's also a pyramid, so pyramid power. And then I think we have selenite in there, and then so kind of black, possibly onyx or something else. And then it's topped with, because you want to have crystals and metals basically together. And the top's a jasper, you can see that. And you just mix the two together, and it just creates this magical healing energy that is supposed to do what grounding does, like how it fixes the ions of our body, and it's just good stuff. And plus pyramids, if you look into it, pyramids have healing magic of their own, and it's just potent vibrational raising stuff. Very good to have around. Next we have just a plant. They are alive too, and they help raise our vibration. This one's actually one of my oldest ones. It started as this little stub thing, and it's growing quite nicely. I love these ones that almost feel like a plastic because they survive way easier. I mean, herbs are great, but they're impossible to keep alive inside, although I have a herb garden outside. And last but definitely not least is this one. I would love to get a whole table of the huge singing bowls like you see people have, but they cost dineros. This one is not too bad. Got it on Amazon. My sister bought it for me. So hopefully this doesn't break eardrums through the phone, but it should be good. And this is just what you can feel that. I don't know. Hopefully you can feel that resonating through the YouTube video. But it's like, wow, you can feel it. I love it. So I got a little into that. It's just so good. And it's pretty. Oh, there's some selenite in there too. It's got like little designs. It's apparently been actually banged out in Tibet by a monk. I'm sure Amazon, but I like it anyways. And that was only around $44, which isn't too bad for how much like the big ones are hundreds of dollars. And they have big ones made of crystal, man. That's where it's at. Crystal and sand bowl. That'd be awesome. And then there's salt lamps you can get. I have a big one over there. And all these things that you can have around your house to raise the vibration of your house. And then just working with colors, like having, that's why I have gold, and there's another big gold painting over there. Those are, I wanted gold, but we went for kind of beige because I didn't have gold. I have like this gold basket you can often see. Like gold is very vibrational raising. Like you want, ooh, rose quartz. This one's great because it's love for yourself. I used to have this huge block that I would keep right with me while I was first going through my awakening, because self-love is one of the first steps you need to take to be able to even open up to anything else. Because if you don't love yourself, you think you suck, then you're not going to do anything more because you suck. You're a POS, so why should you bother, right? So, but having these and waking up to realizing you don't suck, you're amazing. I always say we're not special, but that doesn't mean you suck. Like humanity maybe, but not you individually. You know, you are wonderful. There's a golden soul spirit inside you that's more than human, and you are amazing. And all these things can help raise your vibration and help let you know you're amazing. I do like to say don't get stuck on them, because people get stuck in the crystal world like that's it. But I kind of think it's like the ground floor of spirituality, and they're great tools to have along with this, but we shouldn't get obsessed. They shouldn't be our best friends. Sorry, but you're not my best friend. They should just be these helpful like elements, literally here to help our vibration raise with love. I love you all. Like I do love them. Like they're amazing. They're also helpful. You can feel the high vibrations coming off them. And what they do for a room, they just make a room feel cleaner. They make a room feel nicer. They just up the level. The chi, right? The feng shui flows a little better when you have these things around. So I recommend you get started on them. But if you're watching this video, you probably already started on crystals, because like I said, crystals are the ground floor. There's lots of information out there about crystals that I recommend you look into. It's important to know about them and to always have some around. Okay, goodbye for now, people. Spirit Mom.